Welcome back to Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews on this special Wednesday edition of the Stadia Source Roundtable podcast. My name is Avery, and we've got a great show tonight, so let's get to it. With me, as always, we've got Dan.
How's it going, all?
We've got your original penguin, Adam.
Evening, afternoon, good morning.
And we got your favorite streamer, Scarlett.
Hello, you gang of buffalo.
Buffalo gang, are they dun 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 dun
Gangsters.
That's fun. With me tonight, you may know our first guest from his colorful adventures of the Old West, wrangling up those outlaws. It's Colour.
How's it going, everyone?
Colour who's been hanging out on my PS5 streams?
Yes.
Hey!
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
And you may know our next
Wholesome.
guest. It's a heartwarming podcast today.
Yeah.
You may know our next guest from the Cloudy with a Chance of Games team or from his Sammy Plays series. It's Sammy.
Hello.
Hello. So good to have you both on. We'll get to know you in just a sec, but before we get started, did you know you can get the Roundtable as an actual podcast? Search for Stadia Source on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever it is that you happen to get podcasts. Also, we want you to be a part of the conversation. Say hi in the chat, and if you want to be sure that we bring your message up during the show, hit that super chat or that super stick feature to let us know that you support Stadia Source. And last but not least, you can join Stadia Source right here on YouTube. Members get amazing perks from exclusive community play live streams to early access videos like the Super Saturday roundup we just posted to Stadia Source merch. So click the join button down below to learn more and become a member. And members, you also get some nifty emoji to use in the chat, including a bunch we just added today in honor of your favorite streamers. So check those out and post something in the chat. And new member on our channel, welcome to Gold, Sammy on Stadia. We appreciate you hitting that join button down below. That's
Thank
very
you.
awesome. Original Penguin just going nuts with the emoji. And of course, the fun thing is you can't see any of them on StreamYard. So all we get is Stadia Penguin, Stadia Calculator, Stadia Bowtie. But that is hilarious. So obviously we want to take a second to and also the Nerf Report joining us also at the gold level. Thank you. Brian Chappell on the Nerf Report is one of the most amazing creators in the community. You got to go subscribe to the Nerf Report. Just I don't even tell you about it. Just go do it. You'll never regret that choice. Go do that. You'll very much enjoy it. Guys, we want to take a moment just to say hi to you in case you haven't had an opportunity, members of the studio audience, to meet our wonderful guest today. We give you a chance to just tell us a little bit about yourself, including your history with Stadia, and tell us a little bit about your channel and what you like to stream. So, Sammy, we'll start with you. Tell us a bit about Sammy on Stadia.
So I was looking to get back into gaming about beginning 2019. At the time, whether it was PS4 or an Xbox, I was probably going to go for a PS4. And then I was starting to read about this rather interesting thing from Google called Stadia, where you didn't necessarily need the box under your TV. It was going to be the new technology coming out, so I wouldn't buy a PS4 and then have to replace it with PS5 about now. I had a look. The price point came in at about half of what I was looking for a console. And I never looked back. I bought Founders Edition, had it delivered a couple of days after launch, and been playing ever since. As for what I like streaming, I stream all sorts, really. Some games I'm better at than others. I'm a lot better at racing games than I'm at shooters, for example. But I'm also enjoying just the party games. I've had a lot of fun streaming Monopoly every month, and hoping to do that again soon.
Fantastic. And Colour, tell us a little bit about you.
So I've always been a PC gamer myself, playing just a bunch of PC games, building PCs, and always needing the high end hardware. And I actually was not a fan. I didn't have any faith in Stadia at all, actually, when it first got announced. But as soon as it was approaching and Founders was selling out, I decided, you know what, I want a unique name. I'll give it a try. And well, here I am, and I really love I love it so much that like I'm making content and playing a bunch of Red Dead Online on it. So, but yeah, I'm definitely I'm more of a Red Dead Online focused Stadia streamer, and I stream anything and everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online related.
Very fun, and you might have some more Red Dead Online players coming about now that they're just releasing it standalone. So hey, $5, play some Red Dead. We have no idea if that's coming to Stadia, but it might be in there. Also, big shout out to Colour, another new member on Stadia. We appreciate you jumping in and joining us too. It is, guys, it's not a requirement that you join the channel when you guest on the channel, even though like every guest we ever have just does that. But you don't have to do that.
Shout outs.
But hey, we'll mention you a time or two on this podcast. I would imagine
it's all wholesome,
today.
So.
and we'll say a big shout to April Legion in the chat with the super sticker, the smiling sunglasses smiley dude that you can only see if you're actually watching the chat, because StreamYard just does not like those super stickers for whatever reason. But we thank you, April, for your support of the channel. And Dom from the Stream Team Dream Team also joining us at Gold. We invest in our own site. That's what we do. I am a Crystal member, and we invest in our own site. So Dom from the Stream Team Dream Team, thank you for joining Gold. In fact, with those 4, we were just joking earlier today on our Slack that we were 4 people away from being able to add 1 more emoji to the custom emoji list, because that's a thing YouTube lets you do when you have members. So there we go. There's our 4. Now we have more custom emojis. You'll get a Scarlet emoji by next week's stream. I promise you, a Scarlet stream emoji, and you're going to love it. I promise you. And April, by the way, DM Scarlet, like Scarlet_stream on Twitter. Just do that. All right. So let's get into the week's news. But before we do that, we're going to start out with a little bit of discussion of what we have been playing this week, whether it's Stadia or otherwise. So we'll let our guests go first this week. Sammy, what's been on your playlist this week?
Cars, and more cars. With the odd hovercraft thrown in. So I've been playing a bit of Grid, quite a lot of The Crew 2, which is where the hovercraft comes in. But I imagine over the next few days, and Colour will be happy to hear me say this, but I'll be buying Red Dead Redemption and playing that a few times. I've got a couple of days off work.
Fantastic choice.
Plenty of hours to sink into that.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I got Red Dead when it was on sale, and I played like 30 minutes of it, and I just didn't care for it. It's not my game. I got to town. I got to like the town, and I'm like, okay, now stuff starts happening, and I was like, I don't care. So, but hey, that's okay. Colour, tell us what you've been playing, Stadia or otherwise. What's on your playlist?
Well, Red Dead. That's literally it.
Maybe I need to play with you. Maybe that's the problem. Is you're gonna have to show me the ropes, and yeah.
I'll play. Yeah, I'll play with anyone from the community. I'm willing to help out in any way that I can. But yeah, just a lot of Red Dead. There's a bunch of Red Dead news that came out, and that's something that I'm going to give a try this week. We'll have the standalone thing isn't coming to Stadia. At least it wasn't announced, unfortunately. But hopefully they are. They did also announce a Bounty Hunter expansion, so I'm going to look forward to playing with that. And yeah, but in terms of like just the games I've been playing, it's literally just Red Dead, just Red Dead.
The man knows what he likes.
Yep.
It's okay. It's okay. Scarlett, what's been on your playlist this week?
I have been hanging out with my husband while he's been playing Miles Morales on the PS5. I've been playing some Astro's Playroom on PS5 and on Stadia. I think we all know exactly what I've been playing over and over. Immortals Phoenix Rising.
On stacks.
No.
Is there at this point, is there even a single pixel you have not seen of that island?
Probably not. But I'm like secretly hoping, because one of the questions that's been asked on the Reddit Q&A is if there's anything that somebody hasn't discovered. And so I'm like secretly hoping that they're like, yes. And I'm going to just go play the demo again.
Scarlett found everything, and unfortunately,
I've officially given up on Pokemon Go.
No more Pokogo.
No,
it's very sad.
It's still on my phone, but I'm done playing it every day because I'm tired. I was almost to 40, and they're like, "No, you can get level 50." I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, but it's super hard to get to that. So like.
Not for some people who pay. They've been playing for like months, and now they're like already level 40. I'm like, I give up.
Yeah, Dan just PM'd me on the chat saying that I have to kick you off the team now. I don't know what that's about, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll talk about it.
I guess I'm taking down all the store stuff then.
Stadiasource.com/merch. Get in there quick because it'll be gone. Adam, what has been on your playlist?
So I got to be honest with you, I haven't had time to play anything.
You've been a little busy in the past few days.
Just a little bit. I wouldn't say the last few days. I'd say the last couple of weeks, but in the last week more so. So I did manage to play a little bit of Humans Fall Flat with Gem, which was absolutely hilarious. There weren't very many games that I managed to jump in on during Stadia Super Saturday, but I did manage to jump in with Gem, and it was absolutely... I just could not stop laughing, and neither could Gem. He was losing his voice towards the end of it. But
we were both in that lobby, just throwing Gem off the edge of the map, I think, Adam.
Yes, no. You were throwing everyone off the edge of the map. Everyone else was trying to get through the missions. But yes, no, that's what... It's definitely an underrated game on Stadia. And I have messaged the devs to say 16 players is great, but we need 32 now.
Do it. You got Stadia. Why not? The power of Stadia compels you. The power of Stadia. Joining us on the pod tonight, also the gaming CPA Blue Bobs members. Hit that calculator emoji, and you'll notice it's got a little CPA right in the lid there. So hit that in the chat. Blue Bobs, what's been on your playlist this week, Stadia or otherwise?
Watch Dogs Legion, jumped into that. That was a lot of fun. I also picked up Doom just to try out. I mean, it's $6, and I played Doom Eternal and beat that and loved that game. I had heard that Doom Eternal was a little bit faster paced. And I think that they had more refined that, but I heard Doom, the original or the previous one, had like a really great story and all of that. So I'm really excited to check that out and play that. And again, $6. Black Friday sale is incredible and mind-boggling. So I picked up, I think, 4 games for under like $40. So
we are definitely going to be talking about that Black Friday sale. Sorry for those of you who are watching the YouTube. Just watch Scarlett break the laws of physics as she was flipping up and down, and it was delightful. Dan, what's been on your playlist this week?
I can tell you what I wished was on my playlist, and that was Sonic Mania. I watched Brian Evolved playing it on Luna earlier, and I cried in Stadia. So no, but I've been playing. What have I been playing? Yeah, we played Humans full flat with Adam and Gem, like you just mentioned. I played a little bit more of Celeste today because I'm just trying to beat the game. Scarlett, that's your fault. Although I think I'm at like World 5 now or something, so I'm quite far into it.
You got more to go, buddy.
More than what most people probably would with that game, because it can be quite tedious, unless you cheat and put the easy mode on. Obviously, we played some Super Bomberman as well for Stadia Super Saturday. I've bought Jedi Fallen Order, although I've yet to jump into it, but I've heard some pretty good things. So hopefully, at some point over the next few days, I'm going to be jumping into that as well.
Yep. I too bought Jedi Fallen Order and Watch Dogs on the sale, and it's in there. For me, I have been playing more Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I started that last week. I had already finished the first 2 in the series, and I bought Shadow when it was on sale in like January. And I just never, it's just because I bought it so long ago, it's just been on the bottom of the list because yay for how you look at stuff in Stadia. But I've not been able to find it. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I totally bought that. I should play that. And so I started to play that, and I've gotten a little ways into that and actually quite enjoyed that. And obviously certainly did some Bomberman this weekend. We'll talk more about our Stadia Super Saturday experiences in just a little bit. That might be tonight's hot topic, you guys. Oh, could it be? Because it's in the title of the episode, and that's usually a hot topic. All right. So we will talk about that a little bit later. Well, before we get started with the actual news of the week, let's say hi to some folks in the chat because we love our chat, folks. We got Ray the Gaming Cyborg, Avery. Yeah, well, Ray, we love you too. The Nerf Report saying hi. Kevin Webb, one of our wonderful staff writers there. Eddie Player One driving home in a bit to catch up with the show. Okay, let's say as long as you're not like chatting while driving, we'll be okay with that. We got Megatron X in the chat. We'll say hi to Chris. We got Miles, Sounds of Stadia, our good friends over there. Now Your Mama Knows in the chat saying hi today. And a bunch of other folks. Gem Stadia, Colour hogtied him and burned him. Come on,
I tweeted
Jeff.
about it.
Color, come on. Liz saying the membership's blowing up today. Absolutely. Jairus, what's up? What's up with you, Jairus the second or Jairus 2? I don't know if you're the sequel or you're the second. Who knows there? And then Color is Pog. I don't know what that means. What is Pog? I know what Pogs were, but that's because I'm older than most everyone else on this panel by at least a decade. Anyway, Stadia Universe saying hi, Charles saying hi, Ben the Beast saying hi, and a bunch of other folks. Dry Kikens, one of our international streamers over the weekend. And a bunch of other folks saying hi. So we're definitely good to see all of you hanging out in the chat today. And Link TV is at work, but is at least listening in. So we appreciate that. We'll say Link, since you're on audio only. It's going to be really weird for people who listen back to the podcast later when they subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever it is you get your fine podcasts. All right, folks, let's get in and talk about the news of the week. And it's been, despite being a shorter week, because we're doing this on Wednesday instead of Thursday, it's actually been pretty good week for news because we got our December Pro Games announcement dropped. And for the 4th month in a row, they are dropping 6 games. So 4 months in a row, we are getting 6 games on Pro. I'm rhyming, and I'm not entirely intending to do that, but that's fine. So those Pro games are Monster Jam, Steel Titans, Secret Neighbor, Everspace, Kine, Hitman 2, and Into the Breach. So 4 of those are actually brand new to the platform. Into the Breach, Monster Jam, Everspace, Secret Neighbor. We already have Hello Neighbor in the Hello Neighbor cinematic universe. And then we're getting Secret Neighbor as well, which seems to be more of a multiplayer style game. And then the other ones. So lots of games. And again, 4th month in a row. So if you've only been subscribed to Stadia Pro since whatever 4 months ago was, I can't do math, July, then you got August, math. Then you've already gotten 24 free games. Free, for 24 games for $40, basically. Like, you can't beat that. You just can't beat that. Are any of these games a very top of the wish list? So first, Hitman 2 and Kine, obviously those have been around. Has anybody played either of those and excited about those being free? I mean, if you've played them, then you don't really care about them being free, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I reviewed Kine actually, and we even did an exclusive. I think that was one of our first interviews that we did with Gwen Frey. Probably shouldn't try and say a name if I can't remember it. But the wonderful lady who developed that game was kind enough to do an interview with us a long time ago. Kine is a puzzle game which I really enjoyed because I have a particular affinity with music, and you play as musical instruments. You're an accordion, and you're a set of drums, and you're an upright piano. But Hitman 2, I mean, in terms of value for money, and we've got Hitman 1 as well on Pro, I think that's incredible. That's unbeatable.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Hitman 1 and 2 are in the same launcher, but
Yes.
but then if you got the one on Pro, then I'm sure they were like, hey, buy the second one. And then of course now it's free if you're on Pro. So kind of an interesting duo there. I'm kind of looking forward to Everspace. I kind of sort of like I like roguelike games. And like we've been playing Risk of Rain 2 and really enjoying that. And I know this wasn't as like in space as with, but I kind of like games like that. And of course, Secret Neighbor looks like it's going to be really fun maybe to do on stream, like do a big group stream of that. Maybe it'll be the new Among Us. I don't know. I don't know how old that game is. But kind of looking forward to that. Blue Bob's, anything on this list that's particularly striking your fancy?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Everspace. I remember like EVE Online. I know it's not necessarily the same category, but I think that has a huge following, and just kind of like, getting out. Space is just fun. I like space games just as far as it's something that's not your kind of everyday or necessarily what we deal with on the regular. So as far as kind of keeping it in a kind of a fantasy realm, sort of, as far as just trying out stuff and exploring space and how creative the devs can get.
Very, very good stuff. Color, any of these hot on your to play list this weekend? I know there are no Westerns in this list. So.
No, not really. Like most of the pro games I don't really take too deep of a look at, but I actually have been wanting to kind of play Kine since like the beginning. I've always been curious about it, but never enough to buy into it. So I'm glad that it's a pro game now, and I'm definitely going to try that out at least. Secret Neighbor, I don't know. I try to avoid like games like those as much as I can. I don't. It scares the living hell out of me.
Or the okay, I was gonna say, is it the multiplayer aspect or the scary aspect? I don't like playing with other humans.
So yeah, no. And then everything else, I would probably have to research a little bit more before playing it. But I'm definitely claiming them, and they're probably just gonna sit in my library.
So I don't know if you know this, but our good friend Scarlett doesn't really have the same philosophy. Scarlett, any of these on your playlist? Kine kind of strikes me as a game that you would dive in for.
Yeah, actually, Kine's probably going to be the only one that I claim. I mean, I'll take a more of a look into some of the other ones, but absolutely not Secret Neighbor at all. But yeah, I mean, I'll have to take a deeper look into the other ones now that they're actually something that's available. But Kine is something that seemed kind of interesting. I've never really heard much about it, but people have said it's kind of fun. So yeah,
it's very puzzly. I do like it. Nobody particularly diving headfirst into Monster Jam Steel Titans. No. Oh, Sammy. It's got wheels. Of course, Sammy's gonna want to play it.
It's a driving game. But also just go back to Kine. I bought that back in the, let's say, spring. So UK folks during first lockdown. And it's a good fun. It's a puzzle kind of game, but with a nice, easy story to get a hang of. I quite enjoyed it. Haven't completed it though. Maybe this will give me the impetus to get it round.
Yeah,
the way I see Kine. Oh, sorry, Avery.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
The way I see Kine is like, have you ever had one of those toys when you're a kid where you get cards and there's cars? You have to get a special vehicle out of the car park by moving cars.
Rush Hour.
Little slidey puzzle type things.
Yeah. So, and you'll have ones that will be a certain length and they can only move certain ways. That kind of reminds me of Kine, but in 3D.
Yeah, there's almost it doesn't matter that it's musical instruments. Like that has no bearing on it. It's just kind of a gimmick. It's more just a puzzle. There was a game oh goodness, it's either PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 called Intelligent Cube with a Q. Nobody. Okay, so it was one of those ones where you have to like move the block and roll it and rotate it and flip it to land on the certain square at the certain time. And I just
You mean
remember
like
playing this
Roblox?
game. No, I mean it was you had like a cube and maybe like one side was
Yeah.
red. You had to like roll the thing around. Is that how Roblox works? I've never played Roblox.
Yeah.
It's shocking, no more, I'm sure. But I remember it because it was a game that I had. I'm going to really date myself. Back in the day, you would buy gaming magazines, and they would come with demo discs for like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. And so you'd play like 10 minutes of a game. But if you were like Poe Child, like I was, that was your game. I had the PS thing, and I would rent games on occasion. So Stadia, to think, and now it's the cloud. And granted, this was when I was in college, and so that was a while ago. But yeah, the games list looks good. And again, I'm still so excited that there's just month over month over month over month. It's 5 games, 6 games, 5 games, 6 games. If you have been subscribing since day one, you have more than half of the Stadia library, which says something about the size of the Stadia library, but also says something about the generosity of Pro. So anybody else got any thoughts on the December Pro games coming to the platform?
So basically, my dad's been on Stadia for a while, but he kind of only really had Pro for the beginning bit, so he could get Destiny 2. He's let his Pro lapse, and
every week you say that, and I know why. Those of you who don't, be blessed.
And then my brother's just decided, because of the Cyberpunk deal that I'm sure we'll get onto later, that he's going to sign up to Stadia as well. He now says it's time. That and family sharing. So I added my dad and my brother and one of my dad's friends to my family. And they just took one look at the game library because of all the Pro games and all the games that I've bought as well. And they just like, oh my God, like, do you own every single game on Stadia? I was like, not quite, but most of them. So,
the better portion.
Even though there's games on here that I don't necessarily like, I think because I've got people in my family now, there's no saying that they're not going to decide to play them and, oh my God, this is my new favorite game. So I think it's worth, if you've got a family set up, it's worth just claiming those games because you never know, they might like them.
Yeah,
that's probably what Scarlett. I'm guessing now Scarlett, like the hubby, just claims everything, and then if you ever wanted them, you get them on family sharing, right? Or is he also a limited claimer?
No. So he only just like re-added his account onto the CCU, because I keep bugging him about playing Gods and Monsters.
What you mean?
And he likes it, but he wants it to be like a demo of the actual game, not like a side quest. But because it's Stadia, like you can't have it be a demo of the actual game because then you have people like showing off the actual game. He's like, I like it. He's like, I just want the actual game. It's like, I know, but
by the way,
no,
1 week
he'll
left.
just play whatever I have.
I finally played it, Scarlett.
Yay! And you got your armor?
Yes.
Yes.
Stadia armor. Very good, very good. Well, you know, speaking of, so we had obviously we very, very briefly covered the news around the anniversary on last week's insane podcast, Shenanigans. But one of the biggest pieces of it that I did want to touch on again, it's kind of a series of things that Stadia has been doing to just get more Stadia in the hands of people. So last week, they announced that anybody that pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077 while supplies last would also just get a free Stadia Premier Edition. So Cyberpunk is $60. The Stadia Premier is $99. Even on the Black Friday sale, it's like $75. So you just get a free, like $100, just boop, enjoy, free for you. Is anybody pre-ordered and taking advantage of this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's tempting, but no.
I haven't, but I know a friend at work that messaged me earlier today and said he has. And he's only just started Stadia this week.
Awesome.
Nice.
He's pre-ordered Cyberpunk, asking what games to buy, what strategy to use for claiming Pro games. He's got the £10 voucher.
Nice.
We had months ago and long gone for us, but
Wasted on my account. Yeah. Yeah, I was dumb. I used it and then I refunded the game, so I lost it because I was a moron.
Oh.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. Color, you're one of the Cyberpunk pre-orderers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really
for the game or for the premiere.
I was already on the fence when it came to like pre-ordering Cyberpunk because I don't know if I wanted to get it on PC or if I wanted it on Stadia, but I didn't even know if it would work as well on my PC. So I was just on the fence about it. And then they came out and they said that they were going to offer a free Stadia Premier Edition, which another controller, another Chromecast Ultra. Okay, I'll take. And I jumped right on it, pre-ordered it right away. And like now I'm getting it like 6 Stadia controllers and 6 Chromecast Ultras because of on top of the YouTube Premium promo that they offered. So I'll take advantage of anything free.
Like just the sheer volume. I mean, the tower of controllers behind me, 2 of those were from the Premiere offer because I'm a YouTube Premium subscriber. I don't want to watch no ads. I don't care. I mean, granted, I support streamers and watch their ads, but still, I'm all about that. Stadia Universe, can't see anybody passing it up, and the free Stadia Premium. I mean, it's just the Cyberpunk deal blowing people's minds, and I'm seeing it online. A couple of people have asked me why my Twitter feed is filled with nothing but "Welcome to Team Stadia, welcome to Team Stadia, welcome to Team," and it's because every so often, I just search the word Stadia and I go through the latest tweets and I watch as people are like, I just got my free Stadia. I just pre-ordered it with Cyberpunk over and over and over again. And so many folks are just suddenly becoming aware of Stadia because they saw the ad in their YouTube feed, or they saw Cyberpunk, advertising this. It's just brilliant. Like this, we said it on Cloudburst on Sunday. Most of the time, you give away a game when you buy the console. And Stadia is like, well, if you buy the game, we'll give you the console. So it's a totally different mindset, and it's brilliant, in my opinion.
I just had a thought. So I don't remember if it was last week or a couple weeks ago on the podcast. I pointed out how cool it would have been if they had done this promotion of the YouTube Premiere people getting Premiere editions, getting those before the demos. But now they've given them out when Destiny 2 has become free to play, which Destiny 2 is not the most new person friendly game. Like, I can tell you that from experience, but it's a really great game to kind of showcase what Stadia can do for MMOs and shooters and all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I just want to say that actually ended up probably being better timing than doing the demos. So props.
Yep. And they brought back the demo anyways. So you can still play
which is fantastic.
And you get Crata for free as well. So you don't have to be subscribing of any nature there. Blue Bobs, did you take advantage of this deal?
I think I messaged Adam.
Do you consider it a good financial deal? Tell us, gaming CPA,
yes,
if the money math works out on this.
So for the most part, until like Stadia launch, I would obviously wait for like Steam sales to buy games. I'd wait for discounts to buy games. Like buying game full price for me, there's rarely a $60 game I'm going to spend 60 hours in to where I feel it's justified.
What is it? The Blue Bobs base? Yeah, what's that code?
It's the buying policy. What is it? It's the BBB title, like the Blue Bobs buying policy or something. If it's a AAA title and triple B title, that's kind of where we're going.
How do you not know your own title for things?
You made this up.
You even came in onto one of the podcasts. You're like, here it is, guys. It's the BBB, Blue Bob's best buying stuff.
Got like my little metal pointer and hit the screen.
Yeah.
Bonanza.
But yeah, no, I think it's a great deal because I know for me, I don't have a white controller yet. So I put that on my Christmas list. I was like, hey, if anyone wants to buy a white controller and a black one, I need those two. And so as soon as I saw the Premiere Edition for free with Cyberpunk, I was like, well, the best deal you're going to get is going to be like, what, $20 off, $30 off Cyberpunk? Like, I guarantee you they weren't going to discount it down to like a $15 game anytime soon. So it's like, well, the Premiere Edition's $100. And if the best I'm ever going to save is $30, like that's a $70 difference. Like I might as well just pre-order now and then I get to play it day one. So, and although my internet can't support 4K, my internet speed, I know eventually I'll move, in which case that'll be the benefit is once I get to better internet, I can play 4K. Once they go to iOS, I can just play on my phone. And that's the kind of stuff where I think that Stadia is great. Like, I might have a powerful graphics card on my PC, but being able to go to my TV real quick, being able to be on the go at a friend's house, like that to me is what makes Stadia so great, and gaming in the cloud. So,
yeah, those of you watching the YouTube, hold on, I'm gonna feature you. Boom. That mountain is literally where he lives. He's out in the middle of a field and like forest and like nothing. So yeah, there's no internet at all. It's not a thing. Link, by the way, Link TV in the chat. Hi, Link. Link, was you the one? Yeah, I think I did. I don't even remember what I did 5 minutes ago. Saying that they did a better job on the new player update for Destiny 2. Now, when you create a new player, they explain the story in the UI better. So hey. There you go. If they're adding that many folks, even though it doesn't seem like there are that many people. I don't know if you saw that tweet rolling around with like who completed the raids and Stadia was the big fat zero, but it's okay. New players, a lot of new players playing Destiny for the first time. They're not going to be doing late stage content, which is fine, right? So, so yeah, I am all about this. I hope they keep doing this. I hope until literally the last Premier Edition leaves the shelf, just find ways to get it into people's hands. Just sell it, give it away. Do whatever you can, and I think that makes a big difference. Speaking of things that they are selling now, they're selling Jedi Fallen Order. So the first EA title to be released on Stadia finally landed, and it's on sale, and it's on a pretty good sale, like 30% or something, or more than that, landed on Stadia this week. I picked it up. I haven't had a chance to get into it. I like Star Wars. I like it pretty well, actually. I'm not the biggest fan. My best friend Will has collections of the miniatures, has every book that was ever written, including the expanded universe, like all of that. So he's on my family plan, and I'm gonna be like, guess what I just bought? You go for it. So Will, if you're watching right now, which he's not because he doesn't watch our channel, it's fine. Then yeah, anybody else? Who else? Has anybody actually got a chance to play? I know Dom went live on it on our channel yesterday when it got released. Has anybody on the panel had a chance to pick it up and play it just yet?
Pick it up and not play it.
Yeah, pick it up and not play it.
Same.
So we're all in that boat. It's just in the library. That's the problem. Too many games, and they're all really good, and that happens.
I just knew I'd want to play
Adam.
it at some point.
Yeah, I want to. Please,
yeah, Mr. Eccleston in the back. Yes.
Can I just say, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think they've made a good Star Wars game since Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2. So I haven't.
All right, chat. Tell Adam how wrong he is. Let us know.
I'm sure that's not going to go down well, but
what is your favorite Star Wars game? Let us know in the chat, and we'll see how wrong Adam is. I don't play. I'm sure I've played a Star Wars game at some point in my life, but not enough of them to have the ones that I'll tell you the ones that I'm a fan of. Star Wars Pinball in the arcade with the Death Star and like the little TIE fighters and stuff. And then the Star Wars Trilogy arcade game with the joystick and like the speeders and everything. Those are my jams. Again, from the 90s. But that is okay. Eddie Player One, just unsubscribe to us.
You will resubscribe.
That's a win. We're going to give that one to Dan right there. Sounds of Stadia says Lego Star Wars. I mean, yeah, that would probably be Force Unleashed. I don't know. Your lack of faith is disturbing, but that's okay. But hey, we all have it. So at some point, we're all going to make a pact. At some point in the next couple of weeks, we'll all play this game that we just bought, and we'll come back and report our first findings on Jedi Fallen Order. Deal, everybody.
I just want to say, you don't have to be a hardcore fan of Star Wars to love this game. Like, it's just a solid game. Like, you don't even have to know like really any of the back lore or any of that. I mean, pretty much everybody here knows like Jedis and stuff like that just because association. But like, it's just a good game, and it's on like an epic sale right now. So like, if there's any time to try it, it's now. Now
would be the time to do so. If you want to play a hidden immunity idol, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to get in and play it. I'm waiting for the first photo of like somebody playing it on Stadia on their phone at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. Like somebody that's going to get 1,000 upvotes on the Stadia subreddit. Just trust me, I know it will. And Original Penguin in the chat saying he had the wrong Battlefront to begin with. So come on, Adam. What is the point? That's okay. And then Miles apparently has never watched a single Star Wars movie or a game, so Miles is no longer with the review team, I would imagine, but it's okay. we enjoyed having you on the team. That's okay. Not everything's for everybody.
Need to crack on with that, so.
Exactly. There we go. Miles can do the review. We got to get him a copy, and then he can do the review, and then that can be his first.
It might be a generation thing. Miles is the youngest member of the team.
That's true. At 7 years old, Miles is I'm kidding. I really liked this game, period.
At all.
Could very well be. We had a couple of other new games that got some dates and rates there. Supercross 4. If anybody's, it's another game with wheels, Sammy. So Supercross 4, God's Will Fall, and Unto the End. Of the studio of which you can read an interview from us by. No, don't strike all of that from your brain. We did an interview with them. StadiaSearch.com. Unto the End, Supercross 4, Gods Will Fall. Any of this on the list of games that folks are interested in? Sammy, it's got wheels. You gonna play it?
I think it comes down to the price and whether I think it's going to come to Pro in a few months' time. I've started doing the same as a lot of people. In that, if it's about the right price, so it's basically under 20 quid.
We need Supercross 3 to come to Pro first, surely.
We don't do that on Stadia. They come as they come, and you get them when you get them.
Don't forget how good that game was. Like when I think one of the first
Stadia Super Saturday. Yeah.
And Meg played a stream, and there was a few other people that played Supercross, and it was just one of those games. I think when you play it by yourself, unless you're into that kind of game, it's probably not for you. But especially on stream or with friends, it's just one of those highly competitive games, and you could be first for most of the race, and then all of a sudden you crash at the very end and everyone overtakes you and you end up being last, and it's just such a laugh. And I expect this one to be the same.
I liked Excite Bike. So Unto the End also coming out. Very interesting, kind of almost like a papercraft looking adventure game that is really just fun, and it was one of those. It's a Stadia Makers. I believe it is the first of the Stadia Makers games that has a release date, unless something else comes out first. Then there you go. It's December 9th. Play as a Viking or something along those lines. Go slash things. Poke. We're watching the trailer for those of you who are listening to the audio on this and wondering why we're kind of just talking slowly. Gods Will Fall. This was not a game that was on my radar. Apparently you are unraveling the dark secrets of each ancient god as you venture into their elaborate and perilous lairs. I don't know what any of that really means, but since I'd never heard of it before, I will hit play on this and let it run, and we'll learn all about this game together. It has blood and violence, people. Blood and violence. Has this one been on anybody's radar? This one or Unto the End?
It wasn't until it got announced.
It was. I got a rather surprising couple of emails from Koch Media, the publishers. Quite often, my emails are filled with stuff from PlayStation releases, Steam releases, and they go into a folder called generic press releases. Now, don't get me wrong. I tend to look a cursory glance, and I look through and I see this thing and it says Stadia. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm starting to get press releases before Stadia announcing these things. So I think this is a really good step. Also, Koch Media are a fantastic set of publishers. They've got so many studios that they publish for. It will certainly be interesting to see what these developers can do.
So they are a UK studio. So in the UK it's Koch, because over here it's Coke. When it's Koch. Yeah, who knows? Giant bird attacking us on screen right now. It's kind of got it's a little cartoony, but it's also got like a Diablo 2D, what's the isometric kind of view to it. It seems kind of Diablo-ish. But yeah, a little cartoony as well. Giant spiders. And a cat with a hat. I don't know what that's for, but apparently some cat with a hat. It looks interesting. I'm excited for any more games that we get. Let's get more games. Big old Stadia logo right there. And Gods Will Fall coming on January 29th. So we've already started getting more They've also Deep Silver on that one. So Deep Silver, big supporter of the platform. Tons of games from Deep Silver. So yeah, looking forward to these new games. Anybody else got any thoughts on this trio here? Alrighty. So speaking of things you're going to spend money on, you guys, this Black Friday sale. Oh my goodness. Like every game on Stadia. So they had the big indie sale last week, and a lot of those are still going. So like between the indie sale and the Black Friday sale, like every game on the platform is on sale right now. It's kind of nuts. And I didn't mean to hit stop on that. We'll do that one more time. So like Assassin's Creed for £12 if you're on Pro, normally $54.99. Borderlands $17. Destiny 2, all those expansions, Pro for $5. Doom for $5. Doom 64 for like $2. Like just incredible. Doom Eternal $17. So if you're on Pro, I mean, granted, even the non-pro sales are really, really good too. But if you're on Pro, you're getting these things at just crazy discounts. So I picked up Fallen Order, and I picked up Watch Dogs Legion on this sale. You know, Marvel's Avengers half off. Again, they need it to be half off, but it's okay. Anybody else? Who else made some purchases this week and broke some of the bank on Black Friday? Dan, anything else got picked up in your list this week?
Only Fallen Order, but I think that's because most of the games on there that I wanted, I already owned anyway. But yeah, it's just fantastic. And like I said earlier about, I invited my brother and my dad to Stadia as well. And I said to them, like, pretty much if there's a game that you want on Stadia, even if you're on the fence about it, just buy it now, because like pretty much there's seldom a game on Stadia at the moment that isn't on sale. So if you want a deal, now's your chance. I think you've missed some of the indie ones. I think some of them have gone now, but they'll come back around.
The one game that is not on sale that I really wanted to be on sale was Octopath Traveler. I already bought it once I'll buy it again, Square. Just put it back on sale. But yeah, crazy things here. Blue Bob, what did you pick up in the big old sale?
I got 4 different things. I upgraded Hitman to Game of the Year edition for like $4.99 or something. It was normally $20. I ended up getting the Uno edition, the premium or the collector's edition. I'm ready
Dry in the chat
Uno.
saying
Yes.
Got the Uno as well.
Great discount. I picked up the Jedi Fallen Order, and then I picked up the original Doom. So I haven't played the Jedi or really any of them. I just tried out Doom so far. But hey, backlog. I'm done till Christmas or 2021 because we've got Cyberpunk and all those. We're golden.
Yeah, Link, also big fan of Octopath. I know, man. Just put it on sale. Come on, Stadia. Sammy, Color, did either of you pick up anything in the big sale? I mean, Color, I know it wasn't Red Dead. Is Red Dead on sale this week?
It is.
On the thing? Oh, there you go. Yes. Special edition, Ultimate Edition, which I'm sure you already owned.
Yeah, I bought it for Gem, if anything.
I just want you to play with me.
We've been trying to get him to play Red Dead, so the sale was it was a good opportunity for him to finally pick it up and play with us and watch us torture him. But yeah, other than that, just Jedi Fallen Order, and otherwise, I already have most of the games that they put on sale. And I know someone who decided to pick up Mortal Kombat. That was a really good sale as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to break the bank too much because I already broke the bank before.
Christmas coming up here, folks. Sammy, did you pick up anything in the sale?
I haven't picked up yet, but I'm going to have to ask Colour to hold me to buying Red Dead Redemption 2 tomorrow.
Yes, do it.
Let's say in 24 hours, if I haven't bought it, then unless shout at me or
I'll
something.
come to your house.
You know, there's no cars to race on that. There's carts, I'll give you that, but there's no cars.
We'll probably better make something.
There are wheels on carriages.
Possible,
there are trains.
Trains.
Do you get to drive the train ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Color? Okay.
I was doing it yesterday. Yep. Well, you get to hog tie people, put them in front of the train or on the train or whatever you want to do.
Or chuck them off the train.
Chuck them off the train.
If you're Ray, you get to like run over the people who are on the train that you need to save.
Yeah.
Love you, Ray. You can't drive. Hashtag Ray can't drive. Everybody in the chat. Hashtag Ray can't drive. But we enjoyed it. Scarlett, did you pick up anything? I know you already have like Uno. Did you get the other 2 Tomb Raiders that are on sale, or did you already have those?
Yeah, so I'm not a person who like super tends to buy the same game on multiple systems. Like except for like Skyrim, I've had that on 3 different systems. But that's because every time I played, it's totally different. So no, unfortunately, all the games that are on sale are ones that I've already gotten. And just kind of, or ones I don't plan to get again, just because I've played it. So no.
There
But
you go.
I mean, in my defense, I've also been spending money on other games that I'm waiting for. So there's that.
Well, it's okay. We joined by, and now your mama knows, Anthony, saying hi.
What's
All
going
right.
on, guys?
Cowboy.
So, listen, real quick story. I'm chatting with you guys all day, right? Dan, that was pretty good. I'm chatting with you guys all day, and it never clicked that today is Wednesday, not Thursday, and I specifically made sure I get off work early on Thursday so I could be here. So my wife, she texted me and asked me about dinner. And I'm like, oh, well, you can make dinner. I usually eat dinner after the podcast, right before I stream. So I was like, yeah. And I literally said to her, she was like, what time the podcast start? I was like, oh, I'll be on there at 5:00. When I said that, it was 5:03. I was like, wait, hold up. Why am I still at work? I'm like, oh, today's Wednesday. It didn't click. Anyway, so I'm here, guys.
Okay, we appreciate it. Anthony, what do you think about the December pro game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Supercross 4, Gods Will Fall to the End, Black Friday sales, or Cyberpunk 2077?
All right. So the cool thing is, as I drive home, I listen to you guys. So I listen to everything. Let's see. The Jedi game looks pretty cool. My brother's a huge Star Wars fan. He told me he played it way back when, said it was awesome. I'm still on the fence. Like I said in the chat, Star Wars died with me after episode 6. I don't know. I think I'm just holding out for Ubisoft Plus, to be honest with you, for any new games. Also, I think I'm the only person that's looking forward to the Hello Neighbor secret thing.
We're gonna do it's like looking at the description. I wasn't super familiar with it, but it's like 6 people and one of them's the neighbor, and you're like, that's Among Us with 6 people.
Yes,
I would that surely would be very popular right now. So
and Avery,
clearly
I
we need
think
to do the
you
thing.
promised me that when they come out with a multiplayer,
Yes.
you was gonna play with me.
I don't remember that. Where's my pizza?
So yeah. So that's me catching up with the show. But yeah.
And did you buy anything on the Black Friday sales?
So as you can see in the chat, Stadia Universe is trying very hard to get me to get Mortal Kombat. He's like, dude, the base game is only $14. He told me yesterday, and I looked into it. I want to get everything, but I paid well over $100 for it on PlayStation way back when. But I'm like, you know what? If I just spent $14.99, at least I could use Scorpion. So I'm pretty sure probably after the show or later on today, I'll probably spend $14.99 and get Mortal Kombat. Because some people say Power Rangers isn't a real fighting game.
I don't. I have nothing to say to that.
Well, can I say one thing real quick? I want to just give credit to one man that's listening right now. So I have been on a tear, as you guys know, with Power Rangers whooping everybody. I whooped you. I whooped you. I whooped. Oh, sorry, Dan. But when I did my Stadia Super Saturday, Super Saturday bit
in that vicinity, yeah,
I finally got beat 2 times in a row by a man in the chat named Link TV. So hey, don't clap. So guys, after following the show, we're gonna have a Power Rangers tournament, and if you guys want to tune in right here on Stadia Source, you're going to see me get my revenge and whoop everybody. So I'm just saying. And I also want to say, Color, still, your thing was the coolest thing with you screaming. I put it in your chat the other day, but still, that was awesome. All right.
I don't know if Ray is trying to say that the cowboy is chicken. Or if the cowboy is beating the I don't know what any of that means. But Ray, feel free to use that cowboy hat emoji, which is just exclusive to members, because that is representing our favorite cowboy here.
Cowboys are still better than Cyborgs. Well,
you can check out. Or sorry, Adam, I didn't even ask you if you got anything on the sale. Have you had even a moment to think about it?
Well, I'll tell you what. I did have a quick look through. I had a quick flick, and There's nothing in there for me to pick up. I already own quite a lot of the games that I'm interested in, and Christmas is expensive. Let's be honest. So I maybe if the sales are still going, once I've bought my presents, I might treat myself to something I wouldn't usually buy. But one thing I would definitely recommend to one thing I would definitely recommend to anyone who hasn't already played it or picked it up with Pro is the I had the name a second ago, the Little Nightmares Complete Edition. It's a horror game that isn't horrific. It can get a little bit tense depending on your level of how susceptible you are to horror games, but it isn't actually a scary game per se. And at the price that it's at, it is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, it's normally £23.99, currently £3.83. Which is
and another thing as well
crazy.
Is the Farming Sim DLCs are on sale, so you better all be picking those up.
All right, guys, Farming Sim tournament tonight on Stadia Source, your number one source for farming news and reviews. Well, you can check out all of the headlines at StadiaSource.com, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews. It's just a nose ring, Grandma. Get over and eat your turkey, because it's time for the hot topic. You just like that one?
Where did that come from?
Yes.
I don't get that one.
You got Thanksgiving, you got nose rings. They sell like jewelry and accessories at Hot Topic. Like nose rings and thing. Nobody.
They sell nose rings for turkeys.
No, that was
No,
bad.
it's just if you're the emo kid going home for Thanksgiving, it's whatever. It's an American thing. It's fine.
Fake lip rings. I totally did that stupid kind of stuff.
Exactly. And you freak out your grandma. Exactly. Chat, you know what I'm talking about, right? This weekend was, we had like several days in a row that were just real big. We had the Stadia 1 year anniversary on Thursday, where we had our crazy 17 special guest podcast episode with, and I think everybody on the stream team made an appearance during that. We had Stadia Super Saturday, and Stadia Super Saturday on Sunday, and 36 plus hours of streaming, including all the secondary streams and the foreign language streamers and all that good stuff. So this was a big weekend for Stadia creator content and Stadia news and all that good stuff. So I want to start, first of all, chat, can I get some love for our original penguin, Adam? Because Adam, with Duncan over at Cloudy, worked his tail off. There's a penguin emoji. Members, use that penguin emoji. It's brand new, and that represents Adam. Use that penguin emoji to show some love for Adam. Just worked his tail off putting this event together, and Duncan and the team just so much. So big ups, big claps for our very favorite original penguin. Folks in the chat dropping that penguin. Adam getting some love from Sounds of Stadia. Chris, tons of Stadia penguins from Eddie Player One, which look hilarious in the StreamYard because it won't actually translate it into actual penguins. But then Sounds of Stadia using the actual penguin. So, and Sir Lancelot, which is a great name and an even better little otter in a helmet there title. So we really appreciate that. Adam, tell us about the process by which Stadia Super Saturday came together, and give us a little behind the scenes insight into what it takes to make an event like that happen.
Okay, so I wasn't actually part of Stadia Source when Stadia Super Saturday was born, and I believe the credit for Stadia Super Saturday as a concept actually goes to Eddie Player One. I believe that he came up with the idea of creating an event where all the content creators got together and streamed across several hours, and that then grew into Stadia Source hosting Stadia Super Saturday. And the first two events were both 24 hours each, and they went really well. The first one, Google got very much involved. The second one and the third one, they got involved a little bit less. However, it's not important whether they get involved because the content was phenomenal. This most recent one was the biggest one we've done yet, celebrating the first anniversary of Stadia's launch. And let me tell you now, I think there was 52 applications to join Stadia Super Saturday in 7 languages, I think it was. I only speak one. I kind of speak too. I speak sign language, but I can't speak sign language over an email. So,
It's a bunch of pictures of
and-
yourself over and
yeah, a lot of
Go
picture diagrams of my hands moving. And just keeping all of that together has got to be the single hardest task, because Muggins here gave people the opportunity to choose how I contact them. Instead of just saying, I want this, I want your email address, I would say you can use your email address, you can use a Twitter, you can use a Discord. Hell, I'll tell you what, give me your address, I'll send you a letter. So that was the hardest part of organizing Stadia Super Saturday, was just making sure everyone had what they needed, everyone had been sent what they needed, and had seen the messages. But otherwise, you know, it was help from everyone. Everyone did their little bit to make the job easier. Duncan and Dan, specifically as organizers, helped out a lot as well. But Carly, for example, she did a lot of the graphics work. And the creators were helpful by actually replying to my messages, because it's very easy to ignore someone, go, I'll deal with that later, and then completely forget. Thankfully, none of them did that. And the people who translated into the various languages that I needed, you know, it was fantastic. And this event was the single best event we've had. The numbers so far are better than the first two events combined. An absolute phenomenal. We've had hundreds of thousands of people see the event, like on Twitter and across Reddit and across Discord, and you know, all the various places where we had put out
notices of the
stuff.
event.
Yes, that's the word. That's what I'm looking for. We had tens of thousands of people watch the content as either as live or as playbacks. And I believe we're probably coming close to, I haven't had all the figures back, but I believe we are approaching 1,000 subscribers across all the channels. So Colour, for example, the most wholesome moment of the entire event, when he hit that 200 after jumping up from 160 something. And in fact, you ended the event with, if I remember correctly, you ended with 216, didn't you? Or 218, something like that?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
So let's talk about that moment, because I think I will certainly say that was one of the most wholesome and heartwarming moments of the weekend for me. And shout to real quick to Stadia Pro Gaming for becoming a member. We appreciate you hitting that join button. We very much do. Colour, I watched that back again today as part of the replay. That members, all you that joined today, can go check out a very cool cut that Dan produced and published on our members channel, and that'll go public for everybody else next week. But
Tomorrow.
next week. So you gotta milk that time, Dan. It'll go live in a little bit. But you just stopped. Like everything just stopped, and you just lit up like nobody's business when that moment hit. Tell us about you getting involved in Stadia Super Sat. Guys, we got to figure it out. Getting involved in that weekend, and what that experience was like for you.
So I had heard about the Stadia Super Saturday like a while back, when I was only just getting into the community from Meg when she did it, because she plays a lot of Red Dead Online as well, and so when she was part of it, I was like, okay, that's really cool. I actually didn't know that it was coming up like really soon, until like maybe just like about a month away from the event, and then I decided, you know what, I just took the leap to become a content creator. I'll take my chances and see if I could get into Stadia Super Saturday, and I did. But in that moment when I was during my hour time slot, I had started with just around like, I think like 167, 166 subscribers. I don't get like, I don't see a live update of how many subscribers I am at right now. So all I see is a number on the side of my screen, and that number stays until I refresh the page. So I actually didn't know anything. I knew, like, I thought, okay, like I'll probably get a couple more subs, probably just jump up by like 10 or something. So I wasn't paying attention to that, until someone in my chat had said that congratulations on passing 200 subscribers. And that I was like, wait, what? I passed 200 subs? Like, that wasn't even like half the that was just the first half of the stream, and I was seriously impressed with like the amount of people that subscribe to the channel. So that right there, like I don't know, I just felt all kinds of happiness because I don't know, it was all really wholesome, and you know, like back when I reached my 100 subscribers, it was really an overwhelming amount of support that I felt, and right then and there in one single moment, I reached my milestone that I didn't think I was going to reach for like another, like couple of weeks. So it was all kinds of happiness that I was feeling in that moment for sure.
Yeah, and just a little funny anecdote to add to this. I say funny, it makes me come across as quite ignorant, actually. So I probably should be keeping it to myself. Anyway, so when we arranged Stadia Super Saturday, we allocated the creators a time. We gave them the option to bid, but we were the ones who said, right, we're going to give you this time. Are you available? Because Colour spells his name with a U, I assumed he was English. As a result, I decided, well, he can be the third creator to be in the event. Colour, what time were you streaming on Stadia Super Saturday?
9 a.m. my time.
Yeah. If
Eastern.
I'd have realised that Colour was from Canada, I probably wouldn't have offered him such an early time. But it worked out well, didn't it? So
it worked out really well.
Ignorance is bliss. It really is bliss.
It seems to have worked out fairly well. Sammy, you know, you with the crew on your stream as well, getting that racing done. Tell us about your Super Saturday experience.
I think for me, I remember so little about the hour I actually streamed. It's more the weekend on the whole. It's been mentioned in the chat, the way the community came together, supporting each other, super chats are flying, people are subscribing. I think everyone's subscriptions jumped. Mine did by about 10 or 12, Colour, of course. And just so many memories were created, even when things didn't go to plan. Some streamers, we had to think on our feet a little bit. But the chat kept going, the community kept going. I likened it to the sort of a Stadia community pub crawl towards the end.
Yeah.
And that we all group up somewhere, we enjoy someone's stream for an hour, and then we pack up and go to someone else's stream, enjoy that for an hour. And then eventually, for some reason, we start doing karaoke in chat. Not sure where that came from.
As you get more drunk throughout the evening.
Yeah, I mean, Stadia Dad 77, you know, just goes without saying the Stadia community is the best gaming community out there. I mean, it really is. The level of support that everybody shows for each other and all that is just amazing. Even when you happen to be streaming at ridiculous hours in the middle of the night, like our good friend Anthony, who was one of the latest in terms of like from East Coast perspective, streamers at 1 a.m. Local to you. Tell us about your stream.
So one thing I think that was really cool about Stadia, the Triple S, they're gonna call it, is that so many people came together and just jumped from stream to stream. You would see someone in, like, for me, right? Like, I'm new to the community. Like, I've been making Stadia videos for a long time, but I'm like new that people actually know who I am because I do an everything channel, so people might know me from like a treadmill video, right? But with Stadia content, this is kind of cool. So like after my stream, I sent people to Nathan Tech Gaming, and I seen people in his comments like the Fighting Cowboys sent me, and it was just cool that like people just jumped from stream to stream, and it was like a community. You would hear somebody say, "Oh, this person sent me," and then just to like get to know people, like I met so many people that I've been chatting since then in my and this came at the perfect time. Stadia having its own messaging. Because now I'm like writing people, like me and Bippity Bop, we had the longest conversation, and this first time ever, like I got to play with him on his stream. Just want to say I kind of wrecked those boys in Destiny, but yeah, it was just cool. I got beat up in Power Rangers by Link. Now me and Link write each other. Just a bunch of people that I became like cool with, like Idrime, we're like writing each other, and these people I've watched and never knew. I think that was the coolest thing. At 1 a.m, I had people that tuned in. My friend Just Joe, he goes to bed at like 9. And 1 a.m, I seen him in my chat. Hey man, I'm here. I was like, oh my God, some girl from our work that don't play video games. I just think the Stadia community was just band together for everybody, and it was cool. I thought it was awesome. I personally, from I set alarm from 6 a.m. So I personally jumped in every single stream up until I passed out at like 3 a.m. And I personally subscribed to everybody. And then when I passed out and woke up at like 8:38, I went back to all the streams I missed when I was sleeping and at least commented and subscribed, like for the whole thing. Like I was so addicted. Like I was like, man, it was
Anthony
cool.
might win the award for having watched most of the weekend itself. Blue Bombs, tell us about your experience with Super Saturday. I saw you in a bunch of the streams and saying hi and chatting.
Yeah. So I hopped in a couple whenever they kind of had multiplayer, played some PUBG with I think it's Kratos down in Spain, or I think he was one of our foreign languages. It was really fun. I speak like the smallest amount of Spanish, so I just stayed like quiet on the mic and didn't say anything. And then I ended up getting kind of brought in as a little substitute partway through. Hopped in, like was eating breakfast, got a call from Dan and Adam like, hey, can you hop in StreamYard? We need you to stream for a bit. And I was like, put a shirt on real quick and put headphones on. And hey guys,
I totally forgot that you were one of our backup sudden streamers. That's right.
Yeah. So hopped in. It was really good. I mean, the one thing I just want to say is, I mean, the community, like we keep emphasizing it, and it's so important. But guys, this is like just 1 year in on a platform that has just been torn to pieces by everyone out there, and yet we've still built such a great community. Like I'm excited for year 2, like whatever that huge thing is. I'm excited. Like make sure you guys fill out the form Adam sent out. Giving feedback. I put down every quarter. It'd be cool to see something big like this. You know, I think if it was every month,
Adam collapses.
Yeah, exactly. Adam stays for like a month, recovers. But like keep the community going, because I think that's what's going to be crucial and continue to get more and more people showing up. And as long as Stadia keeps doing its thing, we're sending out and getting more users to try it out. And if we just keep the positive vibes, then we will just keep turning people towards Stadia. As consoles get more and more expensive and that whole stuff goes, I think it's right now it's a formula for success, and you guys are awesome. And yeah, keep up the great support, you guys. You're amazing.
Absolutely. I can say for our stream, the Bomberman stream on Sunday was insane. I have never had a turnout like that. We had 44 non-bot players in a battle royale going with the guys from Death Carnival. And folks, I cannot tell you how wonderful the team at Furion Games is. They are so into Stadia. They're so supportive of Stadia, and they love this community. They had a blast. Just randomly, Herbert's like, you know what? I'm going to give away $75 to the winners here. Like just out of nowhere, dropping cash on the stream, Google Play gift cards. And we had all of those like crown level players coming in and really mixing it up. All the streamers in there. It was insane. What I had, one of my coworkers, her daughter is 9 years old and was in the game playing, first time she'd ever played Bomberman, and sent me a picture of just how excited she was to get to be in this event and like enjoying everything. And it was just it was crazy. It was such a good experience. And I can't put any better than Blue Bobs did. The community is amazing, and the fact that we've built this community out of nothing in just a year is absolutely nuts. Dan, give us your final thoughts on it. Adam, your final thoughts on it, and then we'll wrap up.
I mean, for the majority of the event, myself and Adam were kind of in the StreamYard, just making sure everything went smoothly and watching along, and kind of I was doing my like my highlight reel from the thing as well. So I had to go back at least across every single stream and take a little bit of footage from each one to put into the highlight reel. And I remember just sitting here with Adam, and there was a few moments where, genuinely speaking, there was a tear in the eye. I mean, like we've already said, Colour's moment, just brought a tear to the eye. Jem having so much fun in his stream, Ray running over the prisoner, absolutely in stitches at that. And that's what this event was all about. I mean, if nothing else ever came of the event, just moments like that is what it's all about. And obviously making sure that everybody has a chance to kind of stand in the spotlight a little bit and gain a few subscribers, or get a little bit of super chat like for their efforts and stuff like that. Just perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better Super Saturday.
Yeah. It was really, really crazy. And actually, you just reminded me of something that I forgot about. Hey, everybody that was in my stream on Sunday, I totally got the code wrong that I was going to be giving out. That right there is that code that I wasn't able to get out. So if you didn't get Super Bomberman and you want to just grab it for free, it's on the screen right now, you guys. So if you just want to claim that for free, I'm just mentioning. It wasn't really my initials, the first two letters of my first name, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and hide that. So Adam, wrap us up, Stadia Super Saturday Meister.
Okay, so I've actually got three things. I planned to only finish with one thing, but there are three things that I have to mention now. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to be a little bit more honest. I'm not saying that he's being dishonest, but I'm going to be a little bit more open. It wasn't just a tear. I was crying after Stadia Super Saturday finished for multiple reasons. First of all, the amount of gratitude, appreciation, recognition. I put in a lot of hard work, and just having so many people thanking me and realizing and saying, this must have been hard work. It felt great to see that. And also to see the incredible effect that Stadia Super Saturday had on the various creators. Colour, for example, Sounds of Stadia, they hit 800 during their stream. So that was absolutely fantastic. A lot of the streamers were hitting nice round figures, which I quite enjoyed. Enjoying figures. I imagine Andrew can appreciate that too. The next point that I was going to make is absolutely, please make sure that you continue filling out that feedback form. I have dropped it into the YouTube chat. For anyone who's watching on YouTube, that is. Anyone else, you'll have to check out the @Stadia Saturday Twitter account for the feedback form. Your feedback so far has been, it should be more often, it should be less often, it should be longer, it should be shorter, there should be more gameplay, there should be more podcasts.
So we're looking for averages at this point, right? We're looking for pluralities.
Exactly. However, I'm happy to announce that despite the absolute... Is this podcast family friendly?
Sure. Well, I'll just mute. Say it real quick and I'll mute you. Despite the...
Ball ache.
Nope, I missed that. Fine.
So despite the, I'll say the family-friendly version. You can beep out whichever one you want. Despite the headache that Stadia Super Saturday caused, so much stress. I'm happy to announce that all future events will be 36 hours long.
I'm down
made
for
a big
that.
difference.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yep. That is.
It was like for all of that lead up. That's your big
Stadia Super year.
Sammy just taking the wind totally out of Adam's. I will say again, as I said at the top, you guys organizing an hour-long event. Last week's stream where we had the 17 creators on took me the better part of the entire. I took the day off so that I could manage that, and it was 2 hours long with 17 people. Adam managed. If you count all the group streams and stuff, there had to have been at least 60 people that were on stream at some point this weekend, and then 36 hours of it, plus the co-streams and the replacements and all that kind of stuff. So Adam and Dan and Duncan just knocked it out of the park. So quarterly might be a lot to ask for, though. Gaming CPA, do the math, man. Do the math.
Twice a year.
And then I think Ray also stayed up for almost the whole thing and didn't do it. So these events are bad for your health at a certain point. But Adam, was that all three? Did I snipe you on your third thing?
I suppose one thing I must say as well is now that I've announced it's going to be 36 hours, I'm guessing we're going to need to rebrand it from Stadia Super Saturday to... I can't remember whose stream it was who suggested this, but currently the name that sticks in my mind is Stadia Super Sweekend.
Megs.
No. No. Scarlett said Super Stadia Day. which I thought was cute. So Super Stadia Day, and it could be Super Stadia Days since it's plural. We'll workshop that. You guys in the chat, let us know. Post a comment, because since we're almost wrapping up, post a comment down below with what you think the new name should be, and we'll
listen. You just gotta put a plus at the end. Super Saturday plus.
See, you can't even say it when you're trying to say it. No, all right. No. Colour, Sammy, thank you so much for being a part of the roundtable tonight. So good to have you. If people want to find you on the interwebs, where can they go, Colour?
On Twitter, it's Colour TV, and on YouTube, it's youtube.com/colorful.
Importantly, it's Colour TV. It's not just Colour TV, but it's Colour TV.
It's Colour TV, yeah.
Colour with a U.
With a U. That's the important part.
The proper way to spell it.
The correct way.
He's from Freedomland North, not Freedomland Prime. So, Sammy, where can people find you?
I'm down as Sammy on Stadia, just about everywhere now. I've got fingers in all the pies. But that's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch.
And I think that's also your Stadia name is Sammy on Stadia, right?
Yes. Yep.
So it's Stadiaception.
Epic Games Store. I'm Sammy on Stadia. That's a fun one. Jumping into Rocket League and people seeing Sammy on Stadia.
Neopets login. One other quick note. Speaking of Sammy on Stadia, because he's also one of the participants with Cloudy. Cloudy with a Chance of Games just announced today the Cloud Gaming Awards, and yours truly podcast here happens to be nominated for Best Podcast of the Year. So I'm just saying, you might want to head over to cloudywithachanceofgames.com, click on that link, and cast a vote for your favorite podcast. You're here right now, so I know that means we're your favorite. So head over there, do that right now. We would love to take that prize home, and of course vote for all the other Stadia creators and games of the year and all that good stuff. Thank you to our friends over at Cloudy for doing that. Check out the Stream Team Dream Team playing all week long here on the Source Feed Live, Charm City's Community Playground on Sundays, and Ready Gamer 1 from Scarlet on Sundays. All Purpose Chance Power Hour Plus, which normally happens right after the podcast on Thursdays, so it's going to be right after the podcast tonight, right? To play some Power Rangers and throw down. F-Tendo's Dad Time Gaming on Mondays. Dom's got streams. Blue Bob's got streams. Everybody got streams. Go check out those streams on our YouTube channel right here. If you have joined us in the chat, we love you. We appreciate you. Chat was absolutely rocking tonight, and we appreciate all the super chats, all the new members. We love you, love you, love you, love you. We also want to say a big thank you to all of the folks that are supporters of Stadia Source. I am stalling because, wait a minute, where'd it go? Is it not on the thing anymore? Where'd it go, Dan?
Go all the way to the bottom.
At the bottom? Is the button? Our supporters. Hey, look right there. You pulled it out of the menu. You're messing me up, man. I got a flow. You broke my flow here. It's okay. We want to say a big thank you to all of the folks in the crystal tier, the platinum tier, the gold tier, the silver tier, the bronze tier, and a bunch of you joined tonight, so we will make sure to get you up there. And hey, 2 people have bought us a coffee now. It's so good to see you, as well as our past patrons and members. We definitely love you. You can become one of the people on that list by hitting that join button right down below. Roundtable, so good to chat with you tonight. Dan, Adam, Blue Bobs, Scarlett, and Anthony, y'all have a great night. And those of us here in Freedom Land have a fantastic Thanksgiving as well.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You there in the chat. Also, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, maybe you're overseas and you just want to do Thanksgiving anyways. Just eat some turkey tomorrow. Nobody's stopping you. Pig out. Like, go for it. It's great. If you're listening to us as a podcast, you can join us live most Thursday evenings right here on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then you can subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever it is that you happen to get podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Stadia Source. Like us on Facebook, gobble, 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 and join our Discord at stadiasource.com/Discord. You can even wear Stadia Source when you're out and about by going to stadiasource.com/merch. I just broke everybody. That's wonderful. The music at the top of the show is Summer in the Neighborhood by Bad Snacks. Check out hard music at badsnacks.bandcamp.com. Hosting for stadiasource.com, generously provided by Rock. You can find out more about the technical expertise provided by Rock at rokk.co.uk. If you haven't already, there is a thumbs up button down below that that lets us know you like the show. And right next to it is a subscribe button that lets you know every time we go live and post a new video. You can also become a member of the Stadia Source family by clicking the join button down below with great perks at every level of your budget. Thank you so much for joining us for the Stadia Source Roundtable podcast tonight. Have a happy Thanksgiving, or if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, just have a happy rest of your Wednesday and a happy rest of your week. Bye, everybody. So I totally hit the wrong thing. Okay, now we're saying